Hey y'all, welcome back to Adventuring with Amanda. Thank you so much for being here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Yesterday I had to drastically change my plans because Brock from Aussie Van Man and I were originally supposed to meet up in Greer, Arizona this weekend as I make my way back to my home base, but due to very unfortunate circumstances with his van, we were no longer able to do that. So I changed my plans. I will be discussing that in this video, and everything that happened was so bizarre and so crazy. I had such an overwhelming day yesterday, and I get really emotional in this video and share some, yeah, you'll see. But I meet back up with a friend that we met in Creed a couple weeks ago, and we have a very interesting encounter, and that's all really crazy. I have the story and everything for you. It's wild. So you know what, like and subscribe. Let's just jump right in. This is what I've decided. After talking with my friends and my mom and Brock and Jordan and talking out all of my options and ideas, I have decided that I'm going to sit my ass right here for another hour at this campsite that I've stayed at for 2 nights now. I'm letting my solar simmer because I think I'm like 80%, and I am expecting rain this weekend, so I'm not sure how much sun I will have for my solar. So I'm letting my solar simmer. My big power station is the only one I can't charge while driving. It's too big. It'll blow a fuse. I am heating up my lunch. While I do that, I am uploading a video about my change of plans. And I'm going to head back to Creed. That's what I'm going to do. I'm saying fuck it. I'm going back to Creed because I love it there. I'm only 2 hours away. The drive is beautiful. There's more I want to see. It's only going to be 80 degrees there. And I'll make do with the cell service portion. I don't really care at this point. I've been saying since I visited there a couple weeks ago that it's the one place I've seen so far in Colorado on this trip in particular that I want to go back to. And everything happens for a reason, and now that I've had this change in plans and I'm not going to Greer to meet up with Brock, I'm going to go back to Creed. And then later this weekend, I will meet up with Sarah and that group back in the Mancos area. I have my van cleaned up. I got everything cleaned up while I was thinking about what I'm going to do. I did talk to Brock on the phone, and because we were messaging this morning about everything, so he actually called me, so we discussed what was happening with his van, and he's getting a hotel for the weekend, so that makes me feel good. And I'm going to go back to Creed. Because why not? Like, I'm here, I'm invested. I don't want to go back to Arizona. I mean, I wanted to go back to Greer, but that will wait. So I will stay in Colorado, I'm thinking until like Monday maybe, and then I will head to Greer from there. I still want to go back to Greer, so maybe for like 2 nights I'll go, and then I will get to Payson a day or 2 early. So that is my tentative plan. All I have out right now is I have trash. I'll dump that on my way to Creed or in Creed. I have my chair in Winston's playpen and my solar panels and his ramp. So it'll take me not even 10 minutes to get the van going since it's all clean and set. Winston's just asleep right now. So we'll hang out for another hour and then we'll hit the road. All right, y'all, we are hitting the road to Creed. It is 12:30. I got my Vitomin up to 90%, so that's really excellent. I ate my lunch. Winston had plenty of time to veg. I even put on some mascara because, you know, I feel good. And plans change for a reason. Everything happens for a reason, and the universe has me on this path right now at this moment. So we're gonna do it. And maybe I will even go off grid for like 24 hours. Because I can. So we'll see. We got a 2-hour drive. Let's do it. Well, we are back in Creed. I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now because I feel like when I left Creed a couple weeks ago, I left a piece of my heart here. I love this place so much. There are so many reasons why I love it, and I'm really sad about what Brock is having to go through with his van, and we were here together, and so it's just kind of bittersweet. But my first order of business is going to the museum, because when we were there, it's $3 admission, and we only had $3 cash between both of us, and I gave them my word that we would be back and return $3. So I'm going to go into the museum and honor my word and give them $10 as a thank you for letting us go into the museum. So I'll give them admission times 3 plus $1. So that's my first order of business. I did stop at the liquor store. I walked into the liquor store in South Forks, and the guy was like, "You look like you could use a drink." And I was like, is it that obvious right now? So I purchased some locally brewed Mexican lager. I'm excited to taste it later. It's so weird to be back just 2 weeks later. I was not expecting this, but I am very happy that I made the decision to drive the 2 hours back. The gentleman who was here, we only had $3 cash on us. I told them I'd be back. I'm back 2 weeks later with my $3 times 3. But no, don't give me change. I wanted to honor my word, and so I brought my admission back.
Do you remember his name?
Oh,
Oh, what is your name?
Amanda.
Okay, I'm gonna just put down.
Yeah, I was here. It was a couple. It was 2 weeks ago. And we only had $3, and I wanted to honor my word. So
thank you so.
Thank
much
you. I really appreciate it.
in.
Yeah. No, of course we had a great time, and I appreciated it. So
I'm so glad. Thanks for coming
thank you.
in.
I appreciate it. Y'all, this day has turned into something absolutely wild. So I was having a weird day, obviously, because of my big change of plans. Got to Creed, brought them money, and literally I was walking out of the museum. And if y'all watched my videos about Creed within the last couple of weeks, Brock and I met this man who was living in a field with cows. He's a total hippie. He's in his 50s. His name is Nick. And we all befriended each other, and he's just a really good energy, high vibration human. Just got really good vibes from him. So I walk out of the museum today, and who do I see crossing the street? Nick. And he's been on my mind this whole time, really, because I felt like our interaction was very special for me. I've never quite met anybody like him. And I saw him walking across the street, and I was like, Nick! And he stopped, and he turned, and he was like, Amanda? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, oh my God. And we both just on the sidewalk just started sobbing. Like the universe brought us together in that moment. And we were just like in shock. Like, I decided to get here. I decided to come back. I just felt drawn back here. And I honored my word with the museum, and then I ran into Nick right afterwards, and I can't help but feel this was just God's plan for me right now. And it was heavy. I mean, we sat in the park in the shade, and we were just talking about life, and we caught up for like 45 minutes, and a lot of tears were shed because it's just very fortuitous that we met and that we ran into each other again. And I feel like we needed each other in that interaction today. And like, how fucking cool is that? Now, he's in town, he walks here from that field, or he gets rides, and he knows like everybody in this town. He was introducing, I met the son of the mayor? Like, what? So, I feel like my heart is still racing. It's been an hour since we ran into each other. I'm going to have a beer, and his buddy was giving him a ride back to his camp, but I think I'm gonna go camp over there tonight. He said there's a family camped by him, but I love his company and his wisdom, and he has a very colored past, and I feel like I can learn a lot from him. And he thinks that I'm equally special, which is really dope. My favorite people are the ones who have been through some shit and seen some shit, because they have the stories and the life experience. Those are my favorite people. So I'm gonna go get my pint. And just take it all in. This is Nick, and he has given me full permission to film him, put it on YouTube, whatever. He's given me full reign, so I want everybody to meet him and say hey, because you'll be seeing more of him. I did take Winston to Kips. This is a super fun, dog-friendly joint, although most places are. I got a White Rascal beer. It's basically like a Blue Moon, but locally brewed, which of course is my jam. And I didn't have a huge appetite, but I got some chips and guacamole and salsa. Winston was very happy to share. Y'all, what is my life right now? I know the glare on my glasses is bad. I don't care right now. I'm sitting here at the start of the Bachelor Loop that Brock and I did 2 weeks ago. I have a to-go bag from Kips. I've been crying because I'm emotional. A lot of people on my last video said, oh, Brock's a big boy. Brock will figure it out. You do you. I get it. He is. But I also care about my loved ones. I don't need anybody to diminish the love I have for my friends. Do not. No, do not. I love my friends because my friends are my family. I know that Brock is a man and he can handle it. But do not diminish my care for my friends. So I'm sitting here and there's nobody here. And I have this to-go bag and I have a fucking soup container of beer. It looks like pee. It literally looks like urine. Because everybody loved me. Everybody befriended me. It's so wild. I don't know if people thought I was like lonely or what, but like the employees, they were all young, like my age or younger. And so we were just all talking. And so we were all talking, and then the patrons of the restaurant started to come up to me and like talk to me and pet Winston, and they wanted to know like what I was doing and what I was up to and all this stuff. And I'm just like, I'm feeling so overwhelmed today. It looks like a fucking pee jug. Someone said, be thankful you have no problems. I never said I wasn't thankful. I am so grateful for this position I'm in. But that doesn't mean that I'm not human. I'm not allowed to feel and be concerned and have worries. Because I guarantee you this. 90% of people could never be doing what I'm doing right now because I have no plans. I don't know where I'm going to sleep tonight. I don't know where I'm going to sleep tomorrow night. I have no idea what's happening, but I'm doing the best that I can. And I dare you to try this. I dare you. Well, less than 2 weeks later, and we are back at our campsite here on Miners Creek. There is nobody here. Nick is camped just up the way in the field in his tent, but there's a family right next to him, and they have like kids and stuff, and like that's nightmarish. So I'm here with my kid, and there's no one at the trailhead. It's just so weird because like I was just here with Brock and now I'm here again unexpectedly. But it's good because this is where my heart's at. This time, there aren't any flies, but there are mosquitoes. So the first thing I did was put up my bug screens. Check out all my beer. I got my to-go container full of beer from the restaurant. I have the Mexican lager that I'm trying, and then of course Natty Light because it's cheap. Oh snap, oh wait, no, those are just my chips. Okay, I got chips and guac and salsa to go, but it's the salsa and guac are in my fridge, so we're good with that. I think it's time to relax. Last night I ended up hosting Nick at my campsite. I let him have the chips and salsa and guac that I brought back, and he wanted a cup of coffee. So I showed him my butane stove and how I make coffee, he was pretty stoked about it. Simple things, right? So I just let him lounge while I took care of him. It's very fulfilling to me to take care of my friends and my loved ones, even if it means just making them a cup of coffee and letting them have some chips and guac. I also ended up giving him a gallon of my water. It's really nice. I actually filled up my shower water with the water from Miners Creek because it's so clear and beautiful. I'm glad that Nick is camped on the creek so he has access to the water, because that is how he bathes and gets water for cooking and drinking. So we just spent the evening listening to music, chatting, talking about life and spirituality and plans and everything that's going on. Of course, he was also very concerned about Brock and his van troubles, but it's fun because this spot is where the three of us met, and it almost felt like coming home to family. It was a gorgeous evening. It was quiet. The bugs weren't bad. And let's be honest, we really enjoyed the company, and so did Winston. Ooh, boy, this is crazy this morning. Oh, y'all, what a day yesterday. Am I right? Uh, Whirlwind of a day. I don't even know. But I feel good today, and it's late. It's like 10:45 and I'm still drinking my coffee. I made Nick coffee this morning. He came over. Thankfully, I carry an extra Yeti on me, so I was able to make coffee for him and let him enjoy that. Really bad lighting this morning. Okay. The plan is today, I don't have a plan. I didn't even plan to be here, but I'm here. So I am going to help Nick out a little bit today. So since he doesn't have a vehicle, he walks to town. And I think that walk is a good hour. I trust that he's not a harmful person, so I have no issues, giving him a 15-minute ride into town. And we are going to stop at the county so he can get some groceries, some free food, which is good. I need him to do that. I wish I could afford to buy him groceries, but I can't. Unfortunately, I'm on a very, very tight, limited budget as well. I try and help out as much as I can. He could use 2 propane canisters, so I want to buy those for him today. But I am on a tight spending budget these days. But again, I'm helping the very best I can. So I will do that with him today. I'm not sure. Today's only Friday, and I'm starting to kind of lean towards spending my entire weekend here, just because yesterday when I arrived, I remembered why I was being drawn back here. So I don't know what the day has in store, but you guys are along with me for the ride, so we're gonna do it after I stop looking like a hot mess. I got everything together, and I'm going to pick up Nick. I'm limited on space because I had to move everything from the passenger seat. I don't really know what we're gonna do. I can't necessarily, I want to help him out. I can't necessarily make my plans around him because I have stuff that I need and want to do as well. But we're gonna go pick him up, bring him into town, get him some food, and we'll see after that. A lot of people camp next to Nick because there he is in his tent in the field. There's Nick's place. He's getting ready.